Hello. Coffee's still brewing. Sorry. Sorry, nothing can happen until there's coffee in my hand. Just gonna have to sit here like this. Not moving a single smidge of clay till I have coffee in hand. It's just rules is rules. Just kidding. We can start a little bit while we wait for it to brew, I suppose. Begrudgingly. Let's go get our skeleton pirate and crew. Where did we leave off? Oh, yes. We did. Ah, yes, okay. Well, I feel like we are on the step where we need to sculpt the wave, or we need to start painting the crew. A seaworthy vessel just needs some sea. Okay, maybe I think we will sculpt some sea. Sea indeed. Where is my chavant? Ah. See not. Oh. I think we shall sacrifice the Minotaur. His time is done here. Ah. Ah. Wait. This fella here, I'll just kind of give him a little twist. Melt him down back into primordial soup from whence he came. Oop. Just go into the oven like so. Medium rare. Okay. Are any other green ones that need to be melted down? I don't think so. No green ones. The robot, but we're not ready for that to be melted down just yet. Okay. Let me get this guy thrown in there real quick. I'll also grab my coffee, and we'll go from there. Be right back. All right. Ah. There we go. Now we can officially start. Okay. The Minotaur is a fairly soft clay. I wonder if that soft Chavant won't take very long. We'll just kind of peck around on something while that's cooking. Oh, you know what? We can start preparing. I think what we'll do is we'll kind of coffee sounds hot. It is hot. I think we'll kind of just smush some foil up against this. No, it's a soft Chavant. So this is what we're going to do. I want to create a water feature onto the front of this boat as if it is flowing down in the water, you know, so we have that nice kind of wake coming off of the front of the boat. So what we need to do is we need to create a membrane or a barrier with foil so we can smush the clay up against the edge of this boat and create a nice kind of form-fitted wave. We'll sculpt it out of Chavant, and then when we're done sculpting it, we'll just slide it away, and then we will mold and cast the wave part. So anywhere else that the water is going to be needs to be done just using like a 5-minute epoxy or something else. So, but at least the bulk of the water will be done with this kind of wave sculpting. Yeah, and then we'll remove that sculpted water, and then we can mold and cast it just like we did with the blue dragon. So I'll need to order the materials for that. Well, the interior lights shine into the water. That is kind of the game plan. I think I will probably line the lights up so we at least get some going on there. I mean, there's a few holes at the very, very bottom, but I mean, that's why I wanted to do it, because of that. I like that combination of the lights with the resin, clear resin. It's a winning combo for sure. Let's remove this guy real quick. Oh, very good. Okay, so let's grab some foil here. And it doesn't have to be a perfect fit, it just has to be close. And we can fill in the gaps using like 5-minute epoxy or UV resin. So just has to be close. We don't have to be super crazy about it. All right, so yeah, then we just can start slapping some clay inside here. You know, we'll still kind of adhere to this kind of edge we got going on here. I'm wondering how we want to approach this. I think I need the bottom. Oh yeah, I am muted. Nice. That's it. We're totally. I talked with the missus. We're totally gonna make a like an on-screen character that is like a visual reminder that we're muted. That'll help you guys know and me. Thank you very much, Teresa. I appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words. I was just theory crafting how we're gonna deal with this area here. Kind of the back side of the boat. Kind of like a, you know, like a ripple of water. I'm not too entirely sure. I could see that we would need to create a second piece, but I could also see where we wouldn't, and maybe could use other materials like a UV resin or something to create like a water trail, like a frothy water trail of some sort. If we need to do a resin pour, we would have to do like a two-piece. So like this would be one part and this would be the other. I'm just not sure. I think we need to start sculpting this to kind of see where the water will be at first. Because it might not need to be that thick right here on the backside. You know, maybe kind of like this, like at an angle. could even see making this wave on the front here, attach, doing the underpainting and attaching it, and then tipping it up like this, and then pouring a self-leveling resin like this, so it'll go from like this edge over the water frothing. Yeah, but we need to make the water first, so more of like kind of connecting from this block of this wood straight down like this. I think that's the angle we want right there. And then it's just like all, and then we can make like bubbly, frothy water on the top, and then the splashing wave. So we kind of got like this this kind of an angle going here. That is tempting to just. So we create this wave feature, we mold it and cast it and get the finished piece. Then we paint the wood here, the undercolor, and the boat gets painted. Then we glue this in place and seal it, so we make sure it's like watertight. Then we essentially set it up like this and set up any sort of barriers, walls, with like some hot glued cardboard. Like this. Then we simply just pour a self-leveling resin in there, and that would create. So what all that effort would be doing is eliminating needing to make a second mold just for this part here. Kind of filling it in too. Filling it in from the backside. So, you know what? Yeah, I think we're gonna try it. We're just gonna do that. Hey, what's up, Tommy? Okay, so let's go grab the clay out of the oven. That should work. So really, just have to be very meticulous about making sure it's like watertight, Yeah. But even if we goof up, we'll figure it out. The worst that'll happen is it'll just spill out onto the table. So just make sure we're prepared for that. Okay, let me go get the Chavant clay, and then we're going to begin sculpting our water. Now, one thing I'll do this time that I didn't do last time is I'm going to use a clear coat spray on top of I'm going to clear coat the finished wave. And that way, when I do the molding and the casting, we don't have this dirty mold issue that we had before. Or did we spray mold release? I can't remember. I think we did spray mold release. But I learned that you can use like a clear coat, like a varnish coat. Varnish coat the clay, and that'll create like an extra layer to stop the clay from kind of sticking into the mold. So here's the word simply followed by all the steps that don't sound simple. A simple 412-step process. It is simple. It really is. It's very simple if we do a good job of executing it. If we don't do a good job of executing it, it becomes complex, okay? So it's going to start out very simple. But if we do a bad job, it gets very hard, okay? So the main thing is to make sure that it's sealed, that the whole area we're pouring into, that there's not like a little hole or something. So we just have to be meticulous with that part. Other than that, it's fairly simple. All right, let's go get the clay. I'll be right back. Okay. So here we have this heated up bowl. We're just gonna grab them like this, squish them around. Gonna pick the meat off the bones. He is being recycled, repurposed. I probably should have pulled up some reference here if I get my hands all sticky. All right, let's pull up a reference. Mm-hmm. It's hard to say for sure, millionaire. I can tell you if you need it by a certain timing, I can make that work. We just have to kind of communicate that. But yeah, it's very difficult to say exactly when because there's just so many variables at play. Plus, the fact that I work on multiple projects. Hey, that's awesome, Teresa. Well, glad to have you here. It's best to just start the conversation and we can exchange details and go from there to see if it works out for you or not. Okay. So we're just sculpting. We're sculpting the wake coming off of the front of the boat. Taking this old Minotaur here and just turning it into water. Yeah, sure. And I can work with as much or as little details as you might have, you know. I've just learned over time if I can't clearly put dates on things to just not give out any dates or timing, you know, if you can't be certain about timings, best just to not say. But I can't be certain. I've put my foot in my mouth too many times to count. Certainly learned that lesson. Oh yeah. I think you'd be I think you'd be pretty safe with me there, Delander. But you know what? It's good to exercise caution. I'm all for that. Hmm. Let's put the chair down. There we go. That's better. That should be a good height right there. We kind of have this rolling peak on both ends. Nice because of us doing this process just recently. I can really apply everything I've learned about it the first time. We can lock in those process changes. Did you just make that up? You've heard it before? Okay. Hard to tell with Clayton. Oh, yeah? I think we've upgraded your project enough there. It's time to cut you off, Clayton. Or you know, we'll have a whole pirate village. In fact, Clayton, why don't we just make it a skeleton pirate theme park? This can be the project that we pitch on Kickstarter to raise our millions for the theme park. Think about it. It's brilliant. Trying to help you, really.
Just expanding my horizons, huh? Yeah, that's why we gotta kickstart it. We gotta kickstart it. To fund the millions. Let me gander at some other reference. I need a reference gandering session. What's the hardest project I've sculpted? Not going to be the answer you would expect, but it'll make sense once I say it. The hardest work I've ever done is the work I started with. The work at the very beginning, the early years of my up and coming sculpting was the hardest work I've ever done, and it's progressively gotten easier the more I've done it. So even though I'm doing harder things, more difficult, more complex things, it's never as hard as it is when you first start. Because even the simple task of like grabbing the right amount of clay or controlling the use of your tools or your hands is difficult when you're getting started. You really have to sharpen a lot of these kind of underlying skills in them early years. Happens naturally. You don't have to force it or nothing. It's just like the training your eye to be able to see when something has too much clay or too little, you know. Before you have that ability, you're constantly adding too much and taking away too much, and then adding too little or taking away too little. And it just creates so much more work just to do something. It's like you add some clay. Oh, that was too much. And then you start to carve it away to take it off, and carve away too much. And then you got to add more again, and you're just like in this perpetual back and forth. Feels like you're not going anywhere, but you are. You're just slowly training that ability to do the right amount. So. Okay. Okay, I have a good idea now. It doesn't mean I'm not challenged anymore. It just means, you know, sculpting becomes it becomes more enjoyable the longer you do it. I think any art form does. The real joy of the craft starts to settle in later. That's not to say I haven't enjoyed it this whole time. It's just maybe it ages like wine or a good cheese or something. It just gets better. New cheese and new wine tastes good too, but it gets even better with some age, you know. A lot more fun. Yeah, when you're not just fighting the basics, right? There really comes there really becomes a tipping point that you'll reach where things just kind of click a little bit easier. For certain things, you know, you'll develop comfort zones and you'll get a taste of that with the comfort zone. But then as soon as you step outside of your comfort zone, you're right back in the swamp, you know. The swamp of despair and turmoil. It's like, I very much enjoy and love sculpting monsters. And then as soon as you start doing like animals or something, you're right back in the struggle bus. Right. Yeah, exactly. When things start to kind of turn out more how you imagine they would turn out, yeah, then it becomes a lot more fun. Yeah, that's a good shape. Hey, what's this button do? How you doing? Good evening. Good evening to you. What's this button do? So when we tip it up, we have our kind of our level here. Should be interesting. I'm quite confident it'll work exactly as planned. Looks like I'll be ordering some silicone rubber and some clear resin. Hey, no worries, Teresa. You can keep tuning in. We're definitely not going to be finishing it tonight. Just don't be a stranger now, and make sure you come back and visit me, and all's good. You have a good evening rest. Oh, I shall. I have nice, long, full days, which is wonderful when it's time to rest. Resting never felt so good. I create contrast. I actually only drink water every 3 days, so I can truly appreciate the quenching of my thirst. All in the name of creating contrast. Rest is good. Yeah, well, there's a season of life for everything. Embrace the season you're in. Enjoy the pros and pay no mind to the cons. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty good there. I like the way that kind of comes off of the upper wave here. What you be thinking? Nay, nay, she be floating. Aye, she be full speed ahead. Don't ask me how. I'm in the season of tired AF. Oh, yeah? All right. Here, this is what you do, Fat Peanut. Do 20 push-ups right now. All right, and then tell me if you feel tired after that. Go on. Let me know when you've done it. 20. Has to be 20. Just trust me. All right. So yeah, stream the push-ups so we can see. Look, you think your mind tries to trick you into thinking that it takes energy away from you. But the reality is it gives energy to you. Just trust. Look, we've all experienced that phenomenon in life where you're super tired, drowsy, but something convinces you to like go outside and do something physical, and then you're like, hey, I'm actually feeling more energized now. It's true. It's just how it works. Sure, you might crash after, maybe like, hour or two later, but it does give you a boost. Instead, we rely on coffee, which has diminishing returns and definitely makes us more tired at the end of the day. But I do like how coffee tastes. I need to do a coffee fast again. There's nothing, what's better than what's better than the normal daily cup of coffee? When you have coffee after a coffee fast, it's like having it for the first time all over again. It's amazing. Resets your diminishing returns. You don't like coffee? Emma loves the smell of coffee. She every time we go get it from the grocery store, she requires that she be the one holds the bag so she can smell the coffee. She definitely doesn't need coffee, that's for sure. What? Right here and right here? Yeah, you need to fix your monitor. That is actually the sunlight because I removed something that was blocking the sunlight coming in. I need to replace it. And that is from also the sunlight. Just throwing everything off. May actually, let me go. I have another brick of clay in the oven, but we're not gonna need it. So let me go get it out so it doesn't melt into a puddle and then end up in the bottom of my oven. I shall fix the green screen here while I'm up. It's looking good. Quite happy with how that's going so far. Precisely what I imagined. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. The clay block was intact. No puddle. No puddle in the oven. That's good. Yeah. I've never, even when I was younger, was a fan of any hard alcohol. Never. It's absolutely disgusting. I will always much prefer a nice cold, quality craft beer or something like that. Like a nice good German beer doesn't get better than that. Not an excessive amount, just the right amount, which is usually about a 6-pack. That's good for me. PBR, oh my goodness. No fat peanuts. Bad. The only thing the hard liquor stuff is good for is making tinctures. It's the only form I'll consume. No. Like a good Paulaner or... That's the German brand I'm able to get here. Some Paulaner. Hefe Weissbier. Nice thick Hefe Weissbier. Schmeckt gut. Some Pilgerstoff. There's this beer my father-in-law drinks that I drink when I'm in Germany. I think it's called Urhan. Urhan? Which is, it translates into like old rooster. That one's pretty good. Pilligan. Warhen. Like battle chickens or something, armored chickens. I think a large chicken with armor would be pretty cool looking. Pretty fierce in battle. Another toothless from Lincoln Island. She's writing a whole book. A few books, actually, Miss Emma. She's got a full-blown illustration assembly line going on. She's got a How to Train Your Dragon book and a Lincoln Island book. A few other books in the works. No, it's not a pop-up book. When will we be able to purchase copies of these books? Well, you know, she's 5 and she's in the refining phases of her craft. I would just wait just a couple more years at least. But feel free to support her livelihood by supporting me like you have been. It's a good way to ensure that she continues production, is that we have food and lights. Tip link below, that's right. All proceeds go to the refrigerator and electricity bill. The old aftertaste. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with fading into the shadows and letting Emma take over when the time comes. No. Mm-mm. I have no idea what you're talking about. Or Sib. I have no idea what you're saying. I never really do. Yeah. Never know what kind of Seb we're dealing with in any given evening. Yeah, kinda. Corn pops in here occasionally. Colleen, after I got back from Germany the last time, she kind of took a break and just hasn't really. She's been lurking in the shadows here and there, but that's about it. So. Yeah, you're right. She did pop into chat during Emma's birthday. It's pretty normal for people to have phases, you know. Right. Yeah, or just, you know, watching other things is fine. Oh, yeah? I'm looking pretty good right now. Did cut my finger earlier with my pocket knife right there. Otherwise, not too bad. I think it was a good combination of you and the missus giving me a hard time about that. It really helps break the habit. Me? No, I usually dig around with my fingers, no gloves. Something about getting your hands in the dirt, you know. Just like when you see like a weed in the ground, instead of using a tool, you just do the kung fu heart grab move, you know. So you and pull it out by the roots, and then on the ground. Can tell I'm getting manicures. Yeah, they're pretty nice. You think I'm joking on that? That's how I weed my garden. No, I know you're not. Look, that's how you toughen up the skin. You do it enough, and then your hands grow a pair of gloves on right on the surface. No gloves needed. All right. I think we can soft, supple hands. Oh yes. From all the nice oily clay. It's like putting your hands in a vat of oil and just keeping them there 24/7. Moist. All right, I think I'm ready to brush this with some alcohol. It's looking good. Should read well once we mold it and cast it. Yeah, so we create this part. This will kind of come off of this base. We'll just kind of cut the foil and then pop it out of the socket. And then once we make this piece out of actual clear resin, we permanently attach it here, and then we tip it up just like this so that this line right here is level. And then we simply just pour, actually probably like tilt it up so the edge here will be where the ending will be, and then we'll pour more resin into this area. We'll build up some walls here to keep it contained, and then that will kind of finish it off. That should work just great. Perfectly. Okay, but we don't want to use our normal thing of alcohol. We want a separate container and a separate brush. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, I played the lottery, the Mega Millions, the Powerball, and I won. But the numbers that I drew were for winning 50 pounds of clay instead of winning, you know, $33 million. So yeah. So that's when I began my sculpting career. Well, guess I'll have to sculpt this clay here into some winnings. Life spoke to me. No, I actually I entered there's this place called Stan Winston School of Character Arts. It's a pretty reputable name for monster makers, essentially. They're the ones who Stan Winston was the guy who sculpted all the dinosaurs in the original Jurassic Park film. I believe he did like the makeup for the Predator, Pumpkinhead, a bunch of the old school like films, him and his crew. Well, he ended up making a school later on for exactly that, mask making, making monsters for movies and stuff like that. Anyways, they hosted a contest for creating a monster, and I entered it and won. And one of the winnings was like 50 pounds of Chavant clay. Some tools that I use, actually now I use, and what else was it? Oh, it was like access to all their classes and stuff for a year, which I regrettably didn't use as often as I'd like. But I did use it a little bit at least. So. Well, yeah. It was a contest. I didn't even know it was going on, but Mel, aka M Croft, she's a body painter streamer here, heard about it and told me about it and said I should enter. So I just threw in one of something I already had made, a creation that I had done for a client that was an original monster, and just say, hey, might as well, and I happened to win, so pretty cool. Who needs $33 million anyway? Yeah, right? Exactly. It's overrated. Sounds like a lot of drama to me. Okay. Got some alcohol here. And a fresh brush. First of us to get it. Oh yeah. Excuse me. Money can change people, that's for sure. I think it's very common as somebody who doesn't have money to think that people that have money don't have problems. The reality is they have just as many as us. It's just different kinds of problems. So some problems of which I'd probably prefer to be have not money and deal with those problems. a little bit more straightforward, I think. Like, oh, I can't buy groceries. It's a pretty straightforward problem. I don't need those complicated problems. I'll stick to the simple ones. No, no. So the process is we sculpt with this clay here. Then we are going to use silicone, and we're going to paint silicone all over this sculpture and create what's called a glove mold, which is like, imagine like a rubber glove over this sculpted part here. Once we have that glove mold, we'll create a plaster shell to kind of hold the glove steady. Then we kind of peel the glove mold off, remove the clay, flip it upside down, and pour in clear resin. This clay just gets melted back down and used for other projects. Just using it to kind of sculpt the wave. But the end product is not this, it's the clear resin. It's to make the tooled. So right now it looks very tooled, the surface. See that? All these little bits of clay and harsh edges. But water doesn't have harsh edges, so we're using alcohol and a brush to remedy that. Yeah, we want to essentially, the alcohol melts the surface of the clay just a smidge, and then we just, by brushing, we're able to kind of smush it all down, right? Smooths the surface, but well, it's like the dissolving gets the surface kind of prepped, and then it's really the brushing that's doing the smoothing. And the more you brush, the more it kind of smooths. You lose a lot of detail. As much as you want to lose, you just stop brushing if you've, you know. You can see the shapes are still there. It's just a more rounded. And I'll kind of show you with this area here. You know, we just round number 6. Number 6. Hey, what's up, Noodle? How you doing, my friend? Noodle. Nice. How do you feel the interview went? So pretty good. Are you confident? Group interview. What a thing that is, huh? All right, buddies. Now, 3 of you here want this job. Cracks a stick in half and throws it on the ground. Only 2 of you will walk away from this phase. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's pretty much what it is, just in a more civilized way, right? To be put in the room with the literally direct competition of the job that you're going for and expected to interview properly in front of your competitors. I mean, are they really that strapped for time that that's the method they have to use, or what's the agenda? What's the objective there? To see, maybe to amp up the tune up the pressure. Everyone went home after that? Yeah, probably. Did they? Did they really though? I think Noodle's mind is still there in that interview room. That's what I think. Contemplating. Maybe all 3 of them. Sort out the chaff. I'm still at the interview watching your stream while the others are talking about their answers, joking. They're all still there, Osh. Your interviewer's like, who's that voice? Whoever he is, he's hired. He passes the test. For questioning their methods. I'm not interested. Give it to Noodle. Give it to Noodle. He's one of mine. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that as like a just like turning the heat up just a smidge. Put the pressure on a bit. Had the opposite where 6 people were interviewing you. Nice. How'd that feel? Every time you said something, they all were like scribbling in their notebooks. Making like little noises like that. I think tomorrow, I got word from PlayStation. Tomorrow's the day they will launch the actual final revealing of Sam Porter over on PlayStation France's account. So you guys will be able to see the final reveal. Why France specifically? They were the ones that commissioned. I mean, yeah, they're the ones who commissioned the work. They seem to, PlayStation France specifically seems to be more kind of like collaborating with artists. So it's we're dealing with these huge companies that they just have all these separate teams all kind of working towards the same agenda, Really, it's about just the right person seeing like what I do, and it just happened to be the person that looks for content for PlayStation France. I asked him how he found out about me, expecting it to be kind of like a word of mouth situation, but he said he had just seen like one of my shorts on TikTok with one of my other sponsored jobs, and just kind of added it to his list of ideas. And then when the right kind of project came forward, he had me already in mind. And originally when he reached out, they wanted to do something a little bit bigger, but because of the time and budget constraints, we had to scale it back. So who knows, maybe in the future we'll do, with more time and a budget available, we can do bigger things for future releases. It all made sense though when he said that he had seen one of my other videos. I'm guessing it was probably like one of my other sponsored videos, like with Logitech or something, that they would that his particular algorithm he would find my content, because that's the kind of stuff he's looking for ideas. So made a lot of sense. I was thinking maybe he had heard like word of mouth through, we did 3 projects for Focus Entertainment, which they're home based in France as well. I think Paris. So I was thinking, oh, maybe they kind of friend of a friend kind of scenarios, spreading the information around. But no. Just a organic thing. Are they on Twitch or YouTube? Who? PlayStation? It would be on Instagram. It's for their Instagram account. I think it'll pop up on our account too, because they're gonna collaborate with us, I think. So there's a feature on Instagram where you can collaborate with somebody, and the post is shared on both accounts, and the metrics are kind of shared metrics, which is pretty cool. So You think people still talk to each other in real life? Oh yeah, in those circles they definitely do. Well, it doesn't even have to be real life, even just online, just sharing. And in those particular circles, for sure. Yeah, yeah, I guess so. A cultural influence. Never really thought of it that way, but yeah. Hey, Kodat. How you doing, my friend? Thank you very kindly for that tip. As always, is Kodat always coming in here, just dropping a little money. A little money my way. I appreciate it. it all adds up. Every little bit. This is one thing I'm doing differently with these waves is we're not going to sculpt in the kind of the bubble texture. We're going to do a texture paint on the top to create the froth and the bubbles. We're just trying to capture the kind of the water. Yeah, I used a texture paint that's for snow and ice on the Blue Dragon. Or for snow, making snow, pretty much. Yeah, that's a good thing. Good thing. There's always something to be thankful for, right, Kodan? Even at our lowest points in life. All right, Seb. Hey, catch you later, my friend. Have a good night, my friend. Oh, nice. Brilliant. That was a perfect little the back of the long-handled brush for the loose. All right. Well, that's good enough for now. That's kind of ready for the next step, which will be molding and casting. I'll have to order the materials for that. I'll have to switch to something else for now. It's exciting. Let me get a paper towel here. Clean this mess up. I only need the silicone and maybe one thing of the resin. I already have but like all the extra stuff, like the plaster bandages and the thickening agent and the colors, I already have all that. I should be a custodian. Yeah. off my tool here. Yeah, it's going to be exciting for it all to come together. It's nice. It's going to add a lot of movement to the piece, I think. All right. I think we'll mess around with our little leprechaun guy. See if we can get this thing finished up tonight. That'd be nice. Get it into the painting stage. Well, I'm going to draw an outline here, just in case this comes off. I think we need to try to get this to come together. A little bit of a warp in the door once we added that thickness there, so. I think we can straighten it out by baking it the other way. Yeah, I mean, it warped because I baked it like this. So if I flip it around and I bake it like that, it should flatten back out. Hopefully. think we need to sculpt some hair on the back of his head, and then we need to sculpt this kind of this area in here. Just make that a little bit more blended in. This whole area on the back will just be blank, and we'll just paint it black essentially. Need to get the positioning of this how we want it. Yeah, we'll make some hinges too. Oh, there it is, where he sits pretty nice there. And a doorknob as well. Okay, I think that works. We take this off. I think we try to super glue it. Of course, I have nothing in reach. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, hold on. Don't move. Stay right there. Okay. Super glue. Accelerator, where are you? It disappeared. I know I saw it earlier. But where? Probably like right under me and I just can't see it. Oh, yeah, it is. This. Okay, let's hope the super glue is not clogged. Says to hold there. Hey, what's up, Web? It's been a good day, man. No complaints here. Is that enough, you think? I feel like I need more than that. It can be hard to get it in there without it showing. This is something I've been working on the side. This is a project for a family member. Just been kind of taking advantage of some spare time here and there to try to get it wrapped up. So. Okay, I think that should be good enough. Okay, now add some clay glue here. Yeah, I tell you what, the amount of times I get super glue on my fingers has been drastically reduced since I started using an activator spray. Because a lot of the times when you get super glue on your fingers, it's not from the initial kind of like gluing or pushing down. It's like, it's while you're waiting for it to kind of cure. Things are shifting around on you. And all right. Got to be careful not to use too much pressure here. Oh no. Okay. What was going wrong? Pretty good, man. Yeah, it's normal to have kinks, you know, when you're starting something new. Some hiccups to work through, to overcome. Totally normal. And should be expected. Never expect when you try something for the first time that it doesn't work, or that it works. Sorry. Never expect it to work right away. Okay, so like, was your audio off sync, or what was the part that was not synced up? The video. Right, but was it out of sync with the audio? Or what? What's the video not in sync with? You don't know. Oh, was it giving you some sort of error message, or? I'm only asking so much because I've dealt with many streaming issues over the years. Maybe I can give you some insight. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay. So you're essentially using your phone as a camera for the stream. You're not running a stream off of the phone, you're just using the camera and running the stream off of like a desktop or something now. You were streaming with the phone. Okay. Hmm. So you have Twitch open on the phone and you hit the plus thing to start the stream from the phone. Am I understanding that correctly? Hey, Noodle. Catch you later, my friend. Where's my wooden stick? I think we'll do some sort of a basic texture on this. Okay, all right, gotcha. So you're just streaming with the phone, and then when you went to check it on your iPad, it wasn't showing that it was working. Interesting. Okay. Have you gone back to watch the past broadcast to see if that is indeed the case? Hey, what's up, Mr. Knock? Hey, I got something to show you there, Mr. Knock. Tomorrow will be possibly the last day I'll be working on your piece. We're pretty much finished. Let me show you. I think we'll just be installing lights and doing a little bit of cleanup work with some epoxy clay, but I don't have the lights installed though. Oh, we ran the channels for the wires. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Yeah, buddy. Okay, 1 second here. I think tomorrow will be the last day on stream, and then we'll have to do. I have to do the backer for it to make the back look really nice, and the bottom. Okay, hold on 1 second. I do have kind of a lights. Maybe I can show you the lights a little bit. Okay. Hold on, this goes. Those will be glued in position once we're all set. Let's see. Yeah. It is pretty big, but it really came together quite nicely. And then the channel's all set for the lights. Let me show you. How much you think it weighs? Possibly like 10 pounds. Maybe a little bit more. But it can be displayed sitting up like this, or we're going to put a massive, like, you know, those heavy-duty hangers that I showed you. It's got 3 screws, so. Let me show you kind of what's going on with the lights to help you visualize. Where's that? Oh, there. Okay. So this is what we got going on here. This is kind of some of the stuff we'll be working on tomorrow. Oh. Okay, I think that's the positive. The positive. Oh no, that's the broken one. Oops. Okay, hold on. Undo. Control Z. All right, there we go. Oh no, did I do it backwards? Let's plug it in. Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna hold it with my fingers just to show you. Basically like this. But you know, we'll do like we'll plug it, we'll do some effects around the light source to create like that lightning blast look. But that's the light source at least. It'll be plug in. It'll be plugging right here. So that way it will work hanging up on the wall or sitting down on the table. It'll just be a little outlet plug-in. I can add a switch if you'd like, or we can just leave the plug-in. The plug-in will be the least, I guess, less footprint. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a good idea. So you will be essentially on the other side of it. It'll be like your that's a really interesting idea. Creating custom DM screens. That's an interesting idea. But yeah, other than that, there's some small little painting things, and like I said, I have to do like I have to kind of fill in these little areas with some epoxy clay, and then yeah, I know, I'm gonna write that down. I like that. We'll be working on that tomorrow. But yeah, then it'll be pretty smooth. I'm hoping by the end of tomorrow, we will be looking at this being the epoxy work done and the lighting installed. So the only thing left to do is kind of touch up paints. That's kind of what I'd like. And then the backing. All right, I'll write this idea down here. Custom DM screens, right? Custom DM screen, yeah. Interesting. I don't think it needs a switch. I have a power strip attached to the leg of my gaming table right next to me. Okay. We can also order the plug-in adapter with a switch kind of built into the cord. We might go that route. So you have the option to just click it on and off without having to unplug it and plug it back in. It's just a 3-volt. It's a 3-volt adapter. Just powering that one light. Those light diodes I'm using is the same ones you see in those Edison bulbs. LED Edison bulbs. Excuse me. There it is, man. I'm very happy with that. It's definitely one of my best to date. I'll be even more happy once it's in your hands. Safe at home. Yeah, that's as simple as just ordering ordering the piece. Much easier than doing a built-in switch. Jeez. Can I get a signed certification of authentication with that piece? No one's gonna believe me. You know what? Yeah, me and the missus have been planning something like that.
we've gotten into the design phase of some stuff, so we'll make something official happen. I won't leave you empty-handed. Okay. Oh, I got to get the camera situated here. Yeah, yeah. I'll give you a poke when it's officially done and recorded, and then you can just plan to plan a trip. Come on out, we'll hang out. I'll show you the workshop. Last time we didn't, but you can come see the place where it was all made. We have cnotcon coming up at the September, so that would be a good time. I might there's a chance I might be gone October, September-ish, October-ish to Germany, but other than that, we're all in the clear. Mid-October, mid-November, mid-November, Germany. We don't have dates locked in yet, officially yet. I will keep you posted. All right, Rob. You'll figure it out, man. Don't give up. I know how frustrating stuff like that can be, but, you know, take it one day at a time. Keep, the reality is whatever issue you're having, somebody else has had it and already has a solution for it. You just got to kind of figure that out. So, golden ticket. What is CNEC? We do a yearly gathering with people from the community where we go to like a campground that has cabins and just kind of, you know, hang out for a whole weekend. So that'll be the end of September. So pretty much it's like what you've experienced, but even better because it's a whole weekend. And I cook for the whole weekend for those that attend. So sitting around the campfire, hanging out, sharing stories, and enjoying some good food and good drink. Getting away from the computer screens for a weekend. They have boats on this little lake that you can take out. So it's a good time. It really is. cnotcon. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in coming to that knock too, we can I'll get you the dates. Just shoot me a message and I can get you added to the Discord group. Same goes for anybody else. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if everyone's up for it, sure. That would be cool. Yeah, I know Jones is coming. He's the client for Morgoth. I don't know if you've seen that piece, but he's coming to pick his up for CNOTCon as well. So his is done. We'll just start slowly making CNOTCon a sculpture pickup meetup. We'll do a little gallery. We could do a little gallery showing. That'd be cool. Hey, what's that? What's going on there? Hey, thank you for the raid there. McLeods. Am I saying that right? I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm actually about to get out of here just now, actually. So, thank you very much for coming in here. Hi, my name's cnotbusch. I make one-of-a-kind custom sculptures here. I'm at the end of a long day. I do 2 streams a day, Sunday through Friday. So I'm gonna get out of here. Gonna go get some rest, and I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll be working on the Blue Dragon tomorrow. All day till it's done. Yeah, so morning and evening will be Blue Dragon, and I think by then we'll be finished, like totally finished. Probably other than the wood that goes on the bottom and the back, we'll be totally finished. Which means next Wednesday we'll be starting something new. I already have that lined up, and yeah. Anyways. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Thank you very much for all your support. And let me find someone to drop you off to. Let's see here. Go check out some leatherworking. See if they're still on. Hey, Knock. Good to see you, man. We'll catch you later. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna raid Rhinus Leatherworks, leatherworking couple. So. All right, hey, McLeods. I'm gonna come check out your channel, my friend. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time. Until then, folks. Bye bye.